Hey, what's up, guys? Episode 280 of RichardMetalFan interviews here at the Masquerade in Atlanta, Georgia, and I've got round two with Sven from Aborted.
What's up,
How are you
dude?
doing today, Sven?
Pretty good, but your thing keeps on.
That's what happens in interviews, folks. So it's great to have you back, man. So I know you've been on this awesome tour right now with Arcspire, Carcosa, and Alluvial. So how has the tour been? The most typical interview question I always say.
The tour's been really sick. I mean, turnouts have been great. The fans have been crazy. You know, people have been really helpful. The first 4 days we didn't have any merch because of Canadian customs. So
oh shit, that's
been,
wild.
That took make us take a big hit, on income. But fans have been super supportive, so things are going really well. Shows are good, so in good spirits.
It's awesome. So your latest album, Vault of Horrors, has been out now since like March and it's absolutely badass. One of my favorite albums so far of 2024.
Thank you.
So can you talk to me about the whole writing and recording process, how the whole thing came to be and that good stuff?
Well, we started writing actually right after Maniacal. It was already just finished. The main thing was we did Maniacal during COVID, so there was nothing else to do, so we already started writing. We actually didn't see each other for 3 years, I want to say even. And Ken actually became a dad in that period, so he did a lot of writing before, because he knew, once his daughter was going to be born, that he's not going to have that much free time to do it. And then Daniel joined the band. Daniel did a fuck ton of writing, so I'd say it's like 60% Daniel, 40% Ken on the new record. We have way more songs than we actually put on the record, so it really was a tough choice to decide which songs cohesively form a record. They're all good songs, but sometimes you gotta think of how do we tell the story, how do we build the whole flow of the record.
Awesome. And how has like the overall like feedback been since the release?
Oh, great. Absolutely great. Yeah, we can't complain. People seem to be stoked. A lot of people think it's our best one. I mean, we think it's our best one, but we say
I agree with you on that.
So we worked really hard. We spent a lot of time in the studio perfecting things, and I think the results there. And also the same thing, with the band on stage. I think it's the best it's ever been, so it's cool.
Cool. And then musically, did you want to continue in the same vein as Mania Cult, or did you wanted to try something new or different that Aborted hasn't done before?
I mean, it's hard to say. I think we kind of found our own thing throughout the years. There's definitely some way more technical shit in the new one. There's some more modern stuff, but there's also, groovy parts that we always wanted to have in there. I think conceptually and involving Spencer, for example, was finally moving in that way to kind of find a way to bring super extreme, technical, brutal music kind of intertwined with horror sounds and cinematic sounds without it being an orchestra thing, because we don't want it anything orchestral. It's not us.
Yeah.
But finding a way to blend those worlds together was definitely something that was up on the list. So, and I think we did a pretty decent job with that, and it's going to be even more in the future probably.
All right. And what would you say would be like the overall message behind Vault of Horrors?
The overall message that I want to give to people in general is just like, enjoy life, try to enjoy yourselves, go to shows, have fun. There's too much fucking bullshit, out there that divides us, that makes enemies out of each other, and there's absolutely no reason to be, because some old fuck decides to, say some dumb shit that, affects, I want to say, like, lives of hundreds, thousands, and millions of people. Doesn't mean that you have to live your life that way and that you have to fight each other over things that you have no decision over anyway.
Awesome.
So to me, music is a way to bringing people together. I know Maniacal was a little bit more of a personal thing where we were a bit more serious, which is why it was a very clear decision for me to just go to something that unites people, which is just like our love for horror movies and nerdy shit,
Awesome. And I know like on the album you have like a guest feature on every song on the album. So how did the idea come to be of like have like somebody guesting on like every song?
No one's done it before, and we like doing dumb shit that no one has ever done before. So that's really only it. And plus it's it's fun to do cool stuff with your friends. So we kind of wanted to, and same thing of bringing people together, same thing with the choice of the movies. Half the guests are younger kids in the scene, half the guests are much more experienced and come from older and more old school bands. Half the songs are about newer movies, and half the songs are about like more unknown, like hidden gems, whatever.
All right. And how did you end up like getting like all the guest spots like Ben from Shadow of a 10, Alex from Despise Icon, and all of them?
I mean, they've all been friends. So literally everyone that's on the record is a friend. So there's no like other business fucking anything. It's just people that we get along with, that we've toured with, that we're friends with. It's basically what it is.
Awesome. And I know you got like Arcspire and Carcosa playing with you. Any chance we can get a Brotherhood of Sleep or a Shape of Hate tonight?
You're definitely getting Brotherhood of Sleep. Johnny's been doing it every night. Shape of Hate, we're not playing on this tour, but maybe in the future.
Damn, it would have been a great opportunity since y'all are on the same tour.
I know.
Yeah, but cool. Anyway, but of course this new album is also first album on Nuclear Blast Records.
Yeah.
So what has it like been working with them?
I mean, honestly, it's kind of funny because half the staff from Century Media moved over to Nuclear Blast, so we're working with a lot of the same people. So it's been very similar. They've been supportive. They've been, helping us out, and we can't complain. They're doing what a label does. It's been good.
Awesome. And I do want to talk about a couple anniversary questions because, next year, 2025, will mark the 30th anniversary of Aborted as a band. Got to think about it, Sven. Almost 30 years of Aborted. It's been kind of like two questions in one. What did you think Aborted would be around for 30 years? And is there anything else with the band that you would still want to achieve after almost 3 decades?
I definitely did not assume that, but here it is. And things that we still want to do, I don't know. I think we're just on a steady path of writing music that we like and performing, shows. And every show has been, since COVID, it's getting better and better and better. And, fan base is growing. So, I mean, we can't complain. We just want to keep on doing what we're doing, work hard, and, keep it up.
Yeah, and I know this year's also 25 years of the Purity of Provision, the debut Aborted album. So kind of like, is there a chance that we can hear some deep cuts from tonight? And how do you feel like the band has evolved from then up until now with Vault of Horrors?
I mean, it's a radically different band. Not only in people in the band, but also, it's a completely different sound. I think Purity of Perversion was, first of all, a very rushed debut with very little budget, and the songs are more simple, more, I'd say more, up to the thing that was going on at that time, and aspiring to sound like the bands that we really loved, whereas now we're just, trying to do our own thing way more.
Totally. And I know that this year is also 10 years of the Necrotic Manifesto, which of course was the album I discovered Aborted on, and it has a place in my heart. But how do you feel? I feel like that's where I feel like you guys have definitely found your sound, from there to Retrogore to even now with Vault of Horrors. Whereas how do you feel about that album now 10 years later?
I still love it. I mean, I still love basically all the records since Global Flatline. I like a lot still. Before that, there's some hit and miss. But it was a different time, every record had its place and time, and it was cool for its own reasons. But yeah, I mean, I agree with you. I know that when we did Necrotic Manifesto and we got out of the studio and we listened to the master, we were all super stoked because I think it's one of the most intense records track listing wise that we've done, so it's pretty cool.
Yeah, and of course last anniversary, because next year will also be 20 years of the Archaic Abattoir. Is there a chance we can get maybe a celebration of that somehow?
I mean, we're not gonna go overboard. Let's say if we do 30 years next year, we're planning on doing something for 30 years, and that'll be the anniversary thing, and we'll do something cool for that. We're thinking, we're just brainstorming of what cool shit we can do, but that's only gonna be it, because we're a band that likes to look at the future and not just like rely on the past and be like constantly bringing up old stuff to get people to come to shows. No, we want people to come to shows for what we're doing now.
Yeah, but how do you feel about like bands doing like anniversary tours or playing albums in full? Do you think it's just like a cash grab, or how do you feel about it?
I mean, everybody can do their own thing. It can be cool. We did it once for 10 years Gormageddon. And usually it's a lot of work for not always, the greatest results or anything. So honestly, for us, it's just like, we just want to keep moving on forward because we believe in, the new albums that we're doing, and what everybody else wants to do, that's their own right.
Awesome. And so kind of like in the end, to wrap things up, what's next for Aborted? I know you've been on this awesome tour right now, so what's next for Aborted here in 2024?
We're doing summer festivals in Europe in August. Then we have the rest of the year off. I think there's one show in November in France. But then we'll be back. We're coming back to the US for a full headline tour for Vault of Horrors. Who knows? Maybe we play the whole album. I don't know.
You'll tell me when I turn off the camera.
No, I mean, but it's in February, and it's going to be announced later this year.
Awesome. So thank you, Sven, for this interview.
Sure.
Any final words you want to say to the viewers that are watching this to close this out?
Well, thanks for supporting us, everybody, and we hope you have a good time at the show, and buy tickets and support death metal.
Awesome. So everybody, Sven from Aborted, check out the new album Vault of Horrors out now through Nuclear Blast Records, and we'll see you next time.
Yeah.